Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm happy to be back. I guess I'm troubled by a little something or other. So
Okay. I mean, it is that time of the year. There's a lot of holidays. The weather is changing, and especially, at our age, that means a lot of creaks and
yeah,
a lot of cracks.
a lot of creaks in the night.
Yeah, a lot of jump scares of
Woo!
like, boo. Having a life means you need money to pay for it. Taxes.
All right, I'm getting too scared between this and all the ghoulish creatures and critters roaming the night outside in this late October, early November era. This is all too much for my delicate constitution.
You know what when I'm feeling a little stressed out about the world, I like to take a nice trip down to the old Cineplex. It's got a nostalgic value to me. Maybe play the crane game to try to win a little Sonic plush in the lobby.
Yeah.
Find what's in theaters right now that everyone's so excited about.
Well, I had that thought too. I thought I'd kind of go down to the old Cinematoplex, and see they got this new movie, a new horror film that I hadn't heard about before. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, you know what? My cousins and my nephews and my Zoomer coworkers love Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah, I hear all sorts of things about him. About
Markiplier.
Yeah.
Matthew Pathew.
What a nice young man, a nice seeming young man, that Matthew Pathew.
Yeah, I heard that he met the Pope and he gave him a copy of Undertale.
Oh. Yeah, Freddy Fazbear has so many characters. It has Michael Ashton, Springtrap,
Bonnie, Toy Bonnie, Girl Bonnie, Chicken, Sexy Chicken.
So, listen, I think I'm getting old. I think I'm off the ball culturally here.
Did you not like Freddy's Fazbear?
I didn't like Freddy's Fazbear, his fast adventure. I didn't understand anything that was happening. I didn't know really the characters. I mean, like, I don't know. I can't claim complete sort of ignorance. I play a video game from time to time here and there. I'm aware of, like, I think I've watched gameplay of, like, the first Five Nights at Freddy's game before.
Okay.
So I know there is a fox with a hook, and
yeah.
who everybody is very hot and bothered about, apparently, I guess, for some reason. And, like, a duck and a rabbit and the other guy.
Freddy himself.
Frederick himself.
And also Golden Freddy, who was in the movie, if you noticed.
I did not notice.
So
I did not.
Great example of how the film was trying to be for all audiences, but also kept forgetting that it was for all audiences, is that they have Freddy and they have Golden Freddy. So if you noticed, there was 5 kids and what appeared to be only 4 animatronics.
Oh, I guess that's true.
And that's because the 5th one is Golden Freddy, which, unless you know what Golden Freddy is, really just looks like Freddy Fazbear, but like slightly different color.
Yeah. Didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either, actually, despite also watching the movie and being familiar with it, until later someone was like, yeah, and then this kid was like Golden Freddy, and I was like, Golden Freddy was in it? I was like, oh yeah, the one that like goes to her house.
Oh my god, I barely remember that.
I guess that's the one that has the power to just leave, which is like in the video game Golden Freddy is the like rare shiny variant jump scare that will just appear in your office.
Okay. That's new information for me.
Yeah. The part when there's the words "It's me" written on the mirror, that's his thing. Is when he appears, the words "It's me" will flash on the screen.
Okay. Great. So I don't know nothing about all that. Yeah. I didn't know is the cupcake this prominent? They really heavily featured the cupcake in.
I don't think the cupcake is very prominent in the Freddy series. It definitely, from what I remember, is not a separate being from Chica. I maybe it's like the mascot for this one, the silly funny mascot.
Okay.
But it's not. It doesn't usually roam around unattached from her.
Right. Yeah, and it's kind of like a little gremlin.
Yeah. Yeah, they can send it to navigate into levels that they can't due to their size.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think about this whole thing? Do you know more than me about these fucking games?
I know a pretty decent amount, and
okay.
I saw with a friend who knew more and was able to answer questions. And I guess to the film's credit, there's a lot of the like, ooh, like you point at the screen like Leonardo DiCaprio in the film.
Yeah.
That just completely flew over my fucking head because I don't know that much about the Freddy series either. Like the dream theory thing that he keeps talking about, that's like a fandom thing.
Okay, interesting.
Like I guess it's like a fandom thing that like the first 4 games are a dream in the head of either Mike, who is William Afton's son, or his other brother who got his head bit off by Freddy.
Okay.
But I didn't know that. I thought they just made something up for the movie called Dream Theory. I think Dream Theory is like a big thing Matt Pat pushes, which is, and then he has this silly little cameo. That was like that and the song at the end were like the 2 things where I was like, okay, this is a swing for the fences fandom thing.
Yeah.
But I guess everything else is a lot more subtle, so to speak. You know, It's like, that character's wearing a shirt, and it's one of the mini games from the 3rd game. Or like, the pretzel stand at the mall's mascot is the rainbow from the rainbow mini game. When he says the line, "I'll be back, I always come back," which like was a weird line for him to say because it's like, what do you mean you'll always be back? Have you gone somewhere before?
That's your first time coming. You haven't even come back yet once. You came for the first time and you were there. You
were alive, and then you got a job as a career counselor. What do you mean you always come back?
So weird and bizarre. Whatever. Just stupid. I love Matthew Lillard. His character is really stupid.
I wish so much that he was in the movie more.
Yeah.
Very funny that they got him to play the man behind the slaughter, William Afton, as this like big stunt cast. And then like as the movie's release came closer, they had to be like, he's playing this guy. Don't ask us any questions about like okay, so he's really like, okay, so this guy he's playing is secretly William Afton because you made a big deal that he's like, look at the stunt cast we got, and then we had to be like, just kidding, never mind, ha ha ha, he don't think about it.
Right. Yeah.
Also, as like a friend put it, it's like, yeah, it's really funny to be like, I wonder who this character is. The only named character who is not a direct reference to every other, like any other character in the game series.
Mm-hmm.
Funny detail also, Vanessa, who in the character in the game series is not from let me look something up real quick. Who is not from not William Afton's daughter or whatever. That's new lore. But she is from one of the newer games. I think Security Breach or the VR one of those. But the reason that's funny to me is because she is from a game that came out like several years after this movie went into development. Which means that she was just a super last minute addition.
I don't even know how to like trick my brain to convince my brain to even caring.
Let me see. So she is from at the earliest, but I'm pretty sure she's actually just from Security Breach. That's the one that came out like 2 years ago.
Okay.
This movie was in development in 2015. This movie has been in development for 7 years. And in the last 2 years, they were like, fuck, wait, we gotta put Vanessa in this. Beloved character Vanessa.
Right. Yeah, they kind of hot potatoed it to different directors. Gil Kenyon was, I think, the first one who is responsible for Monster House and then a bunch of other dumbass shit. And then it was gonna be a Chris Columbus picture, which would have been insane.
That would have been so... Imagine how much worse this movie would have looked if it was Christopher Columbus. Like... That man is the most drive-by director I've ever fucking seen. This movie already didn't look very good.
Right.
It looked fine. But it would have looked way worse.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could see his version, I guess.
I wish we could have seen any version that wasn't the one we got.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Kind of with you there.
Full disclosure.
Yes.
Any excitement, any tentative, maybe this will be like, you know, it's been in development for a long time. It's Blumhouse trying something really crazy and weird. You know, even if it's bad, like Halloween, the Halloween reboots, maybe it'll at least be interesting, like the Halloween reboots.
Sure.
And then I saw that they got Emma Tammy to direct it, which longtime listeners would know directed one of the first movies we fucking hated when we started this podcast, The Wind.
Oh, I remember.
Like, I saw that it was that, and I was like, oh, this is gonna fucking suck. They're gonna try to make this a trauma horror film. And they did! They made it a trauma horror movie.
They made it the worst kind of trauma horror film, where it's like this... like reactionary right-wing trauma horror film, kind of, sort of. Like, I felt the presence of the 14 words behind the film. It's all about kind of like evil bitch old woman family member uses criminal crime to try to steal a little girl. It's very series of unfortunate events. It's very unserious.
I think the funniest thing about that is like the line where it's like, well, she just wants it because she wants the pension or whatever from the state. And it's like, she's so rich that she has a lawyer follow her around.
Literally.
I don't think she needs the extra $500 a month. Like, what? Like, girl, I could save you money. Don't bring your lawyer to dinner. You're paying, like, hoodlums to, like, stalk your nephew.
Yeah.
Just don't do that, and you'll have the exact same amount of money that you'd be getting from adopting this child.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's very unserious. It's very goofy.
like if they really wanted to do something like that, they could have at least made her motivations like more interesting.
Oh yeah,
like
no.
maybe she's like, oh, like she only wants her because she like is trying to get a movie developed based on like my missing brother case, but she needs a family member to sign off on it.
Yeah.
Like some stupid thing where it's like she needs to have like legal authority over my sister in order to execute some stupid thing that'll like make her money, and it doesn't work because she doesn't have like legal right to me or my sister's story or so some stupid bullshit like that. But just absolutely like, oh, I want to adopt her because I will make $500 extra a month or something. Like I'll get a stipend.
Mm-hmm.
Or just don't have her. Like just have it be that the risk is that like his sister's gonna get taken by social services because he's a bad guardian.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't understand the kind of lukewarm to positive reception that this film is getting, because it spends so much of its screen time on this like kind of like rote, like again highly unserious, like not taking itself seriously, like family drama situation that is just not interesting. And then like you get a little bit of the animatronics,
which I don't understand even further, because like apparently the like whole Five Nights series is just full of like bizarre family drama. Like basically from what I've gathered, like every character is related to William Afton.
Yes.
This is all stupid family bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Where like, dad's a serial killer and he sucks. That could have been a much more interesting film.
Yeah.
And that could have been an interesting film that, you know, plays to audiences that don't know anything about this series. Or just know that it's like, yeah, it's like the thing that like my kids are really obsessed with. Because like I think that's why I don't understand it, is that it's like I get it as like a roller coaster ride.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, everyone, like, you know, I get fans who are excited, but like, whoa, all these references, Easter eggs. There's going to be so many YouTube videos about all of these things I missed. Okay, we live in this era. That makes sense. But so much of the film is like just about the shit that is not from the games, and also is boring, and also is not about Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah.
It's just like bog standard, like bad horror drama.
Yeah, literally. Which like it
does give us the great scene of Vanessa just over the shoulder chucking Mike's meds into the river, like so casually that it took me a second to realize what she threw into the canal. which did make our theater just start laughing, like as everyone realized, wait, did she just like throw his prescription drugs into like a lake?
I hated her. I hated her, and like I didn't think they were good characters. They had no chemistry. I don't know. You know what? Yet another thing that makes me remember how fucking good Petscop is.
Yeah, right?
That's my only in on like ARG style video game horror these days.
No, Petscop is give that guy the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah. I don't think he would want it though. I feel like he told his story so well, you know what I mean? Like how do you I don't know, it makes me think a lot about the format of the film that you see in the Cinematheque, and like what can even be done in movies that's gonna be better or more interesting than, because like I feel like the first Five Nights at Freddy's game is plenty interesting. Like it's fine as is. The movie is just kind of like
the first game is jump scare Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's you learn the AI mechanics, like you kind of try to intuit the patterns of these enemies so that you can avoid them. And if you fail, you get jump scared.
Right. Lots of reports out there on the internet about Freddy's showings being complete and total bedlam, people not really respecting the sanctity of the theater.
God, I wish we got that.
I wish we fucking got that. Thank you for saying that before I did.
I saw the fucking TikTok of like the kids just beating the shit out of each other in the front row, and I was like, God, I hope that's our theater.
Exactly. Like, that would have been so fun and interesting, because like a lot of people's complaints, I saw a TikTok where someone was like, yeah, people were talking the whole time, they were on their phones the whole time, no one was paying attention to the movie, and it's like, girl, not this one. This isn't Tar. Like, go buy a ticket for Titan. Buy a ticket for fucking Oppenheimer, I guess, bitch. Like, I would have loved to have a rowdier theater.
Yeah. No, I think the most we had somebody dressed up like a character that wasn't even in this one.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people were disappointed by that character not being present.
The marionette or whatever the fuck its name is.
Who fucking cares? Whatever. But like really the most that we got was like, for some reason the kids behind me were inconsolable whenever the animatronics were on the screen. And it was, I'm talking about scenes where they were not doing anything, or it was just like really boring shit.
Yeah.
Although I kind of get it for the part where like they become friendly with the girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was a whole fucking weird part, but I guess kind of squares with the lore or something. Sort of.
I guess, because it's like technically they're just not even like that they're possessed, but like technically they are like animatronics with like weird computer programming that makes them hang out with kids. Like, I think the lore of the series is that like initially the reason why they're trying to kill the security guard is because they think that you're the exoskeleton of a suit without the parts, like the animatronic parts on it, so they're trying to stuff you into the torture machine that kills you and makes you an animatronic.
Right.
But also I guess they're just assholes. I don't know. Like, I don't but like in theory, you know, they don't kill children. The kid gets his head crushed in like an accident essentially. But that's the famous clip of Markiplier going like, "Is that the bite? Is that the bite of 87?"
No clue. Right over my head.
But like, yeah, like, you know, like ostensibly they are animatronics that walked around and played with kids, so it makes sense that they would do that in the film.
Yeah, I guess.
Although my version of a thing I loved with the audience was in the scenes when they're all hanging out with the little girl, just hearing like 2 rows behind me, these like 2 teenagers are watching it, and just one of them just goes like, "What's going on?" And her friend going, "Oh, they're full of dead kids." And then her friend going, "Oh," like that explains it.
I mean, it kind of does. What else can you ask for with Five Night Fred?
Very funny to have the line where Vanessa's like, "He didn't just kill them, and their spirits aren't just trapped in the animatronics. Their bodies are too." And it's like, okay, you delivered that in like the least. You delivered this in like a form of storytelling that makes that like actually less scary information.
Yeah.
Because like the whole horror of it, ostensibly, is that, you know, people complained that the animatronics smelled bad and that like weird stuff would be leaking from them, and then like there would be the reveal that it's like, oh, because there's like children's bodies inside of them. But you're like watching them playing around in Frolic, and it's like they're not just possessed, they also have dead children inside them. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess that makes sense why they're possessing the animatronics. Like, really, all you did was just explain to me why these murdered children are possessing animatronics.
It is, like, I'm a little weirded out by the like goosebumpsy "Are you afraid of the darky" tone for I don't know. I guess they looked at the numbers and they looked at the sheets and they said like, "Oh, this is a game for 11 to 15-year-old boys, so we have to talk down to them because they are teenagers." But like, I don't know. I feel like when I was 11 to 15, like the type of thing that I would eat up is like something that is just unapologetically like completely grim dark and horrifying and like not trying to be like funny or cute about it.
I think that's what's so weird about the tone that this film takes, because like we're living in kind of a peak era of like children's horror. And a lot of it is stupid and bad and like obviously pretty bloodless. So I guess the film's correct in that impulse, although that's just the Blumhouse PG-13 special.
Sure.
But, you know, like kids like gross, nasty horror things now.
Yeah.
Like all the big popular horror stuff is like not good, but it's like it's icky. The animatronics are all rotting and gross. That fucking video of the kid who's like, "Okay guys, which one is your favorite? Bon Bon, Scary Boo,
Huggy Waggy,
Huggy Waggy." All of that shit is like air quotes dark. Like the big thing kids like right now is like horror where it's like, what if this thing was fucked up and twisted?
Yeah.
And like kind of ugly. I call it the creepsty cute aesthetic. Kids are really into the creepsty cute shit now. And this like is not. This is like very clean.
Yeah. Apart from the girl that gets, I guess, bitten in half, but even that's just, like, not even trying to be scary. It's just goofy.
Yeah. That's a great one because it's, like, that's a great example of it being the Blumhouse PG-13 is that, like, they have her get killed in a way that's, like, nonsensical. Like, how did her whole body get pulled into that thing? But then also it's, like, she gets bit in half and it's completely bloodless. And, like, there's no organs or anything. Her body just, like, they just, like, delete upper half body. And it drops to the ground.
Yeah, very goofy. Very silly. I gotta hand it to them for that.
But yeah, like, I don't know why... I guess, like, the fandom is all about drawing them cuter. Although I've learned with Springtrap, the fucked up bunny thing that William Afton is, there's definitely like stark divides in the fandom about whether or not you draw him like cuter or it's like, no, he has to be disgusting and awful.
Right.
That's why he's sexy.
Yeah, a civil war, a divide in the fandom.
Because like his actual render has like, you can see like William Afton's like fucked up gross body like in it. Because he's like rotting inside of it basically. The weird thing where they set the mechanics off and it like is crushing his guts and stuff, that is from the games. But it doesn't happen in modern times. It's like that's why William Afton was never caught, is because the ghosts like chased him and he got into the Springtrap soup to try to scare them and then like accidentally set the gears off and it killed him.
Right.
And you know, like his body was also never discovered like the other bodies.
Yeah, because it's rotting in the soup.
Yeah.
See, that's fun. I like bodies rotting in suits. I wish we got more of that.
Yeah, right? Well, the Blumhouse model worked. It was a $20 million budget and it made $149 million back. Did you read that article about the Blumhouse model that I sent you?
I can't remember. Probably not.
It's the one that opens with the insane thing about how, like, basically part of his family's fortune comes from the fact that his dad bought the tomato can, like the canned soup series from Andy Warhol because it was at a time
Oh,
when everyone
yes.
was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then in the interview, he's like, my tomato soup can paintings is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Like, just some like insane quote about he's like, I got the rights to it and invested in it like really early on, and now it's gonna pay out in like a shit ton of money. And he was correct.
I guess that comparison of Scott Cawthon with Andy Warhol is disgusting and sickening, but like really true, where we have to only pick artists that are further and further away from the world of that, you know, we don't want to give money to anymore, and closer to fucking white supremacist fascist fucking hog shit.
It's a good article, but though, because it makes me sad that Blumhouse has gotten so far into the fucking Halloween remake hole.
Mm-hmm.
Because his model is essentially, he calls it like, Jason Blum calls it like you're betting on yourself, where it's like he essentially he'll give them like a kind of low budget early on, and the sort of way it's done is like gives them a lot of creative control in exchange for like much higher royalty payouts. So the idea being is that you're not getting a lot of money, like, you know, I forget what there's like weird industry term stuff where basically you're not getting paid at like a higher rate that you normally would get paid at because you're getting paid more in royalties. And so the idea is that if you make a movie that like blows up and is a huge success, you get paid way more than if you were paid a standard amount. And if it does like okay, you'll just get paid like probably a normal amount in royalties. But the idea is that, like, you know, the people making it are kind of invested in making their own movie. And if it's a huge success, it's a huge success, and if it's not, it's not. But that's why like all Blumhouse films are usually like decently low budget.
Yeah.
I think the Exorcist remake that they just did is like his highest budget one, and it's still like pretty low budget for like a modern film.
I see.
But the problem now is I feel like that studio system is moving into doing a lot of shit like this, and shit like the bad looking Exorcist remake or the really annoying Halloween remakes.
Yeah, I still gotta finish watching that Exorcist remake, actually. Holy fuck, that shit sucks.
I was gonna say I was interested, but like, man,
it's like really not good. It's like really not good.
I mean, and like the flip side of stuff like that with his style is that you know, we also get Megan and like Insidious, which sucks, and The Purge, which is a great series. But he did also, like, he's the guy who put up the money for oh god, how am I blanking on the name? Get Out.
Yeah.
Like the flip side of that is, like, you know, the reason why a lot of like big influential horror has come out of Blumhouse is because he's more willing to just give guys like money and be like, yeah, fuck it, make this movie.
Go crazy.
Go crazy. Go stupid.
Go stupid. I mean, I can get into that. That's a schmat little model of business there.
It does also lead to some of my favorite things, though, which is like the fact that they made a Fantasy Island horror film. Mm-hmm. Like, they just made a horror movie based on Fantasy Island, which is such a like bizarre, and it was like a PG-13 horror film, so it's like, what teenager knows what Fantasy Island is?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It was, you know, the like the plane, boss, the plane.
Oh ew.
Yeah, like that like really shitty 70s like drama series where every episode is like they're coming to this island to get like their dreams, whatever, blah 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 blah. They did a horror movie version of it like a couple years ago, and that was a Blumhouse joint.
That's insane. That's quite a lot.
You know what else he did that I forgot?
Hmm.
Whiplash.
That's fucking right.
And Black Klansman. So like he mostly does horror, but like I forget that like yeah, sometimes he'll just be like, fuck it, here's some money.
I don't know. I guess the thing to really contend with and accept with this film is that I'm getting old. I don't.
Yeah.
How do you deal with? Because I've been having all sorts of problems with my body now. All of a sudden, things are.
Imodium and ibuprofen
Uh-huh.
are just great. I don't want to stop eating spicy food.
Yeah,
I want to get Taco Bell sometimes.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm now at an age where it's like I don't really want to alter my diet too much either, so I am realizing that I have to actually take the Lactaid, and I can't just like take it on the chin anymore and just be like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to be on the toilet tomorrow." Ho ho, when it's like the stakes aren't that small anymore.
Yeah, no, yoga's great.
Oh my god, yoga.
Good low impact, keeps you limber, so that way you're not as achy all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to clear out some space. I need to get my little yoga space going. I've been doing vagus nerve exercises. Have you heard about this?
No, what are those?
Okay. So here's just a quick one. Put your right hand on the top of your head, and then use that to tilt your head to the right so that it's so that your ear is facing the ground, but the rest of your body is normal sitting position.
Okay.
And then with your eyes, just your eyes, look all the way to the left, which should be up. And then keep your eyes looking to the left, which should slash up, for about like 30 to 60 seconds, however long you feel like holding it. And just keep breathing through it. And then you might feel like a yawn or like just some sort of release. But I do that to like lower my cortisol levels before bed, because lately I can't get more than 3 to 5 hours a night. And
good tip here. Get a good sun lamp and a good Bluetooth outlet, and set it to go off anywhere between like 5 to 20 minutes before your alarm or before you want to get up, because then it's like you're waking up with the sun. Helps a lot for circadian rhythm.
I see.
Very important in this time of year when we get less sunlight.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely adjusting to the season in a very sort of crustier than usual way. Melatonin in my tea. Melatonin is good.
Ooh, did you just like crush it up in there?
No, I just bought the tea with the melatonin in it. I'm too lazy for all that nonsense.
Honestly, even just chamomile is great.
Yeah, chamomile is great. It's very loosening. I've been running a little bit too. That kind of gets my energy out. Keeps me limber, keeps me moving. Oh, FODMAP. You heard about FODMAP?
Yeah. That was the thing that my doctors considered making me go on when they were trying to figure out why my body was freaking out.
My doctor just put me on FODMAP.
I'm so sorry. I looked at the list of things I can't eat and I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to do my best. We're going to wean our way towards the FODMAP way of life. I do like a nut and a seed, or rather, I don't know, like peanuts. I'm already doing. Eggs I like, tofu I like. I don't know. It shouldn't be too hard, right? Stay away from bread.
Good luck.
Oh boy. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Something that the kids are doing these days.
Oh yeah, some
maybe
bullshit.
maybe it was like Polly's Playfield or whatever the fuck it's called.
It was
Polly's Pocket.
Littlest Pet Shop. Is that what it was?
Was it?
Man, my memory ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
It was oh, Willy's Wonderland. That's what we were talking about.
Oh god, that movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, piece of shit. Oh, fucking
Why didn't I just don't understand why they didn't at least use like real animatronics?
Yeah. CGI
like, real
garbage.
Puppets. Yeah.
And stunt casting. Can we talk about how stupid stunt casting is?
God, I'm so over stunt casting. Oh my god, we get it. How are you taking such an iconic actor and making him into a fucking joke?
I know. Leave him alone. Ugh. Well, I feel better. I feel like I talked out all my problems today. Willy's Wonderland, fucking whatever else. Now I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm just
take a nice 2 p.m. nap. Hey, that's the best part about getting old.
Yeah.
Naps are back.
Yeah, a little warm drink, a little with a little nap time. Feels great. Do you have a blanket? I'll just kind of conk out right here.
Yeah. Here.
All right. Now get out of your office.
All right. I'm gonna turn the light out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Good.
Right.
Good night. Wait. Leave the nightlight on.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.